Writers write. It's who we are. But when can you call yourself a writer? A few years ago, I went to Mexico for my brother-in-law's wedding. It was beautiful. It was a fun adventure, but in order to get there, we had to cross the border. And at the border crossing, they asked what my profession was. I had to think about it. But there I was, standing at the border, looking at the border guard, waiting for an answer. What was my profession? I said it. I said the word. I am a writer. And in that moment, I took on the identity of a writer. I really became a writer, not because I just started writing, but because for the first time, I really believed it. You know, James Clear in his book, Atomic Habits, talks about identity-based habits. And that's what we're doing with the Write Method. We are taking on the identity of a writer because writers write. And if you show up and you write every day, you are a writer. That's the answer to the question, when do you call yourself a writer? When you write. When you show up and write, you are a writer. And if you are a writer, you write. There's some circular reasoning happening there. You write because you are a writer, and because you are a writer, you write. That is now your identity. You are a writer. If you show up and you write, you can call yourself a writer. And if you publish a book, you can call yourself an author. But you don't have to wait until that book is published to call yourself a writer. If you show up and do your work every day, again, just in that 30-minute sliver of time, if you do that every day, you are a writer. You know, that's what writers do. They show up and they write consistently. You know what wannabe writers do? They show up, they write a big chunk all in one afternoon, and then they don't come back to it. And they have an unfinished manuscript. But that's not you, because you are a writer. Own it. Take on that identity. As you build this habit of writing consistently, a little bit every day, own the identity of being a writer. Writers show up and write. Did you write today? Did you write yesterday? Are you writing consistently? If you are, you can call yourself a writer. No border crossing required.